Oh, yeah, I mean, on royals as well. I mean, there's one talking point this week, and one only, and it's her again. I'm sorry. Here we are. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to Meghan Land again. It seems quite fitting that we are talking about her again. We've gone full circle with her here. Look, I mean, she's outraged everybody, and it's not just me this time. Before you say anything,
well, no, she outraged me last week. This week, I'm back to not caring.
She's back in the UK with Harry. Harry, as you can see, is absolutely thrilled about it. Here they are in Manchester. He loves the North, as you can tell. He's got a face like a slapped ass. She looks absolutely thrilled, I think, just because there's a camera on her. And
wow,
gone for one young world, another, one of these bloody speeches that they do.
Oh, speeches.
But they don't
bloody
achieve much. They're just speeches. That's all they are.
What do you mean?
This particular speech, Meghan's copped an absolute lashing over because she mentions me and I 30-odd times in this speech. It's been known as the me speech, the me, myself and I speech already. She just talks about, how wonderful it is that she's gone from being a girl on Suits to speaking in front of all these people.
I wasn't sure that I belonged. I was so nervous. I doubted myself, and I wondered if I was good enough to even be there, if what I was doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful as far as I saw it, was it deserving to have a seat at this table?
I mean, it has nothing to do at all with the fact that she's dating a prince, of course.
I wonder how many keynote speeches you really go through. When someone says to you, can you do a keynote speech and can you talk about your life and how you got to where you are and, some of the things that you find most important, you try doing one of them without referencing yourself. It's pretty difficult.
The irritating thing about it is that we hear a lot about Meghan, about what's wrong with the world, all the injustices in the world, but we don't hear anything about how they propose to fix this. Right? All we're hearing is it's all talk and no action.
What do you mean she's doing a talk at One World Leaders?
Yeah, but we talk. That's it. She's all this talk about, things are wrong, I've been so hard done by. That's great, love. You've got a platform. He's royalty. You're royalty. You've got a brilliant platform. Shit tons of money. Do something about it.
This is them doing something about it.
What can we do? You have got a platform.
This is them doing something about it. And they have charitable foundations where they employ women and they employ people of colour. That is them doing something about it.
I need to see more from them. I need to see more action from them.
This
bloody podcast.
What do you just want something out of it? You get plenty out of it.
This bloody podcast of her. I mean, she's got a lot more listeners than we have. Understatement of the year.
Because you don't talk about yourself enough.
Do we talk me, myself and I? Look, in the latest podcast, Archetypes. This one she talks about sexism. She says that she refers to her own experience, which you'd expect, I know, but
as a woman, she's dealt with it, yeah.
It just goes on. It picked a very bizarre reference to talk about why she feels that she's been treated unfairly. And actually taken a crack at an Aussie TV host. This is bizarre. So Alison Langdon, who's a presenter on the Today Show on Channel 9, she has she must have spoken about being part of the commentary for the royal wedding, and she references a fairy tale and said, it's a fairy tale ending for a prince and his wife and whatnot, and she said. She uses that as, proof that there's sexism there, and that she then says, who's to say he chose me? I chose him as well. And it's just a bizarre reference. It's very odd, and it just seems like having a crack at, firstly, having a crack at an Aussie, no love, right? Secondly, unusual reference. I'm sure there's far worse out there.
Yeah, I know, but so I did. To talk about the first bit where she doesn't actually reference the thing that she just plays a little clip from it. It's like a montage, like a segue into then talking about all this stuff that you said. She doesn't actually reference it as far as the bits that I've heard. So I just think she's just using that as evidence of people talking about their relationship. That's how it's a
fairy tale.
Yeah,
then she says things like that herself anyway.
I know, but I don't. But then she doesn't criticize that specific little bit. So I don't know whether or not she's actually picked the wrong clip or she's not. But then
there's a lot of people that will listen to that before it goes live, surely.
Probably. But then the thing that she actually talks about is fair enough. Why are we talking about him choosing her? It's not.
I don't know who is talking about that, though. That's the thing.
She's
saying that.
I bet
maybe
there was.
There's somebody that did. But maybe there's also equal amount of people that... I'm sure there's a lot of people
you
accused her of chasing him.
choosing though, not chasing.
Well,
see, that's
thing.
what you're
Same
saying.
thing.
No, it's not. It's the
Same
complete
thing.
opposite. I mean,
Is it?
yeah, because this is the problem: is that everybody like, why can't it be that like he just really liked her and she really liked him, but she said that's the one. Like, I don't know why you have to talk about it in like either way. Like, I can guarantee it was.
I just find it irritating. I mean, look, I'm just going to say it. She's a climber, right? She is. I mean,
she can say, she could come on her podcast and say the one thing I really like is Nat Richards, and you go, oh, I don't like it.
We're going to get grabbed in the next one, aren't we? We're going to get included in the next podcast.
I mean, you're going to get included in every podcast if you keep going on about it.
Look at all this. Look at the press having a go at me. Well, I mean, she's having to go back as well. And, you know, fair play. I mean, she's a public figure. And she's somebody who wants to make a difference. And, you know, like she's got to take the criticism with it as well. I just, there's so much about this that I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy the podcast.
Stop listening then.
I think it's after because I work in news and because we're on here. But I do find it irritating. It's a lot about Meghan. It's a lot.
It's a podcast
yeah,
about
but she's got
her.
guests, interviewing guests. You know, it's all a grandstanding thing. I feel like we're building up to something here. We either one trying to stay relevant, or two, I reckon she's gonna look for a career in politics, I think, or something along those lines.
I don't know what you were
expecting. She's power dressing in red as well. Oh, yeah. Always an indication. Wear red.
God. I don't know what you were expecting from the podcast. Were you expecting like a sitcom or like?
I just thought, you know, something a bit. I mean, it's good fun for journalists, I must say. I do quite enjoy it for that because I'm always going to get outraged.